Your boy Cheeto. I got a video from your boy Cheeto called "Sam Hyde Was Right," and I decided to title the stream this way. Wait, what?
Underwriting in healthcare. That's the most devious thing in the world.
What's normal life?
You talk to these psychiatrists, and they're very...
Oh my god, dude, I'm losing it. I'm too sick, dude. This is what happens. This is what happens when you fly to some third world country, beat a child to death, and then fly. I'm just kidding. I never did any of that. I will eat you. I will eat you whole. I will swallow your entire internal organs. Anyways, and now that I've gotten the stream together, this is a Cheeto. A Cheeto is a commentary YouTuber, kind of like myself. We're going to be doing some parallel world streaming right here. I'm gonna go through, and he looks like he pulled up old Samothy Hyde's old stuff, and I'm interested to see what Sam Hyde was right about. And again, this is a Cheeto. If you want to watch a Cheeto's channel, look up a Cheeto. Like, for all those people that are like, you didn't provide enough links in the thing. I have a real life. I will eat your entire soul. I will pull it out of your body and snort it like I don't know, like some medicine that makes you really, really hyper and super fast and feel like God up your nose. And anyways, we're gonna find out what Sam Hyde was right about. I am so excited to go down and see what's going on here. We're ready, bro.
very nonchalant about discussing things like depression, anxiety, very life-ruining things. To them, they're not actually these things that are ruining your life. They're just symptoms. The same way that being itchy is a symptom. Yeah, oh, hey, are you itchy?
You know what? You know what else is a symptom of having itches? When you get crabs from Panama from a third-rate woman of the night. I one time found this woman of the night. She was completely covered in boils and barnacles, but she had a nice woohoo. She had nice blah blah blahs, and I was like, dude, I gotta get a feel. And now ever since then, I have had an uncontrollable itch in my groin.
That's a symptom of eczema. Oh, okay. Are you depressed? Yeah, it's a symptom of... It's just it's crazy how sort of these things are very interchangeable, and they're just these labels that are used to green light or red light dosage increase or decrease of some sort of drug.
Underwriting in healthcare. That's the most devious thing in the world.
What's normal life? Going to the ER 3 times a week?
I went to a fancy school every Wednesday. It's fluoride day.
You get poison. What's with the TVs in the background here? What's with the TVs in the background? I see. I saw somebody come into the chat. They said some stuff, and then they deleted both chats. I did not have a chance to read them. I was going too ham on the beat. Anyways, I feel like I need a studio like that. I just need to put a bunch of massive junk behind me. I need to put a bunch of CRT TVs, but just have the glass broken and have a bunch of baby doll heads in it. I don't know. I think it's a cool aesthetic. He can't keep getting away with it.
No matter where you go.
The chemical in your sunscreen is killing the coral reef.
One crazy thing that they do is they combo. They'll have you on one medication. They said works great with this one too.
Yeah. Rehab is a fucking scam.
And these people get $500 to $5,000 per head.
My anxiety is so high. I'm doing so bad with my anxiety right now. These are young white men. If you're jammed up by some medical thing, you just gotta figure out what the grift is. You're pregnant? You definitely need 5 doses of thalidomide a day.
Yeah, dude, obviously. You want your kid to come out all goofballed up. You want to get, when you're pregnant, you just take all the... just load up on the stuff, bro, because you want your kid to come out superhuman. You want your kid to be the seed of Spawn. You want it to crawl up ceilings, spit acid on people you don't like. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta juice up that baby. I'm just kidding. This is terrible advice. I don't like prefacing anything being a joke, but YouTube is pretty annoying, YouTube wants to just show up at my house, kick my door down, grab both of my balls, and then lick them. But they don't have a soft tongue that it gets all moist and juicy. No, it's like a cat tongue, but with more razor blades.
It's what a pregnant woman needs. It's what her body craves.
The balls, just the balls on that. Oh, my shoulder hurts. You're a fucking opioid addict. What? Yeah, I know what you want. You painkiller junkie. You want to blow me for a double script?
If you guys ever broke your toe, well, yeah, now you're on fucking opioids forever. Sam Hyde looks like a mad scientist? Yeah, he does.
Greek guy with a.
I have to be real, dude. I had a buddy who got like popped for like he had like weed in his car, right? He had weed in his car and he got popped. This is before weed was like pretty much legal everywhere, but he got popped and he had to go to Narcotics Anonymous as part of his court stuff, right? So I go with him one day, and I'm not gonna lie, that was the most depressing room of losers I'd ever been in my entire life. All these like goon bags are sitting there, and they're not. The funny thing is, like, you think that they would be like talking about. You think they would be talking about like how it's affected their life, and they are, but mostly they're just telling the stories of the. It's like a bad open mic. He's like, yeah, dude, I remember I was like way down and out, bro. I was like 4 needles in, and I was on my like 6th girl that weekend, and I had like the worst case of AIDS ever. Now I've spread it all over the country. I'm like, are you bragging or is this a bad story? I understand that it's bad because you spread the AIDS, but the bro kind of kept like catching a smirk, and I'm like, this guy's a monster. We need to lock him away forever. But everybody was like telling their glory days stories, and then like somebody was like, yeah, but then my wife took my kids and moved to Rhode Island, and I'm like, oh. I'm like sitting there, dude, because we were supposed to go to a party after. I'm just sitting there, bro, and I'm like, I don't even do this stuff yet, at all, dude, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? I want to do all the drugs now because these guys suck so bad that I think anything would take the edge off better than listening to these fucking losers.
Open shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, lay back, put your head back.
Stinks.
You have to do this.
It is pretty crazy though.
To healthcare. If you conquer a nation or if you start over, you have to do this so the people don't live too long and become a problem, or they're not too strong or they become a problem. Like, you have to do this, otherwise you get overthrown somehow. I would put that forth.
What is he talking about? Sedating the masses?
It's nothing personal.
Absolutely. You'll get him some heavy metals in his brain.
It is pretty crazy though. Like with opioids, it's so addictive. Like I got prescribed that shit. I got prescribed OxyContin when I had my fire injury, and I was just playing CS on them. Bro, I could have gotten addicted. They were so fucking. They were fun.
We had to swish fluoride. I went to like a
Chad, do you guys think that fluoride fucks your brain up?
fancy school.
No, dude, I drink fluoride. They said they took fluoride out of the water, but I started adding it back into the water. I was really worried about my fluoride levels. So what I do is I take I have like a giant bottle of liquid fluoride just in my fridge, right next to the milk. The milk's labeled for family, the fluoride's labeled for me, and I pour it a little bit at a time mixed with my water until I'm just drooling in front of the TV, watching I don't know, reality TV, the Desperate Housewives of your mom's attic or whatever, just to really feel like I want to get that vibe that I'm a rich housewife. So I make sure to add as much fluoride as I can.
In Mansfield, every Wednesday is like fluoride day, and you'd like pick your flavor, and they'd bring cups of fluoride in, and you'd swish it. Yeah.
Well, that's probably because the water wasn't fluoridated.
In Mansfield?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking how many kids just drank the.
Well, it's much better to have it on your teeth than it is to have it in your stomach.
Yeah, but I'm thinking just the kids are just like.
But even
taking
so,
shots.
yummy.
Yeah.
Yo,
What's
yummy.
root beer flavor?
Yeah. That is crazy. I wonder how people will look back on that in 100 years.
I've never heard that like anyone else experiencing.
Dude, I don't know the science behind fluoride, but I'm one of these people where I'm such a skeptic and I'm so schizo that if someone on Twitter says, like, don't eat this, there's a chance that it has, like, this weird relationship with something and then it has a graph. I'll just avoid that thing, to be honest.
Dude, he's a pussy. When I see a graph that says, like red dyes, right? As soon as I heard they were banning red dyes, I'm like, what am I going to do about my hot Cheetos? So what I did was I broke into factories that sold red dye. I made sure to make out with everyone there. I just like open mouth kissed them as hard as I possibly could, just and I just like tongued their uvula, right? I just sucked on that a bit until they passed out of confusion, and then I stole all the red dye at these facilities.
I'm so susceptible to propaganda, but it's the kind of propaganda that disguises itself as anti-propaganda. It's like the government doesn't want you to know this. The propagandists don't want you to know this. Do this thing. And so that's how I basically operate. If someone says that the government doesn't want me to know this or something like that.
Bro, what, let's be honest real quick. Let's be real. I think a Cheeto's lost the plot. I'm over here making absolute insane schizo jokes, right? Not even close to in the realm of possibility. And a Cheeto's like, yeah, when I read something online that says the lizard people don't want me to, like, spread my butt cheeks, I instantly spread my butt cheeks as hard as I possibly can. I make sure that I'm clapping and gaping just so that I don't get hit with the propaganda stick.
That, and it's just straight up propaganda in the other direction, I'll just do it. But some of it's true, like a lot of it is true, like the whole seed oil stuff, like that is bad. I try to avoid red 40, but I heart hot fries too much, like microplastics and core protein. Yeah, basically, yeah.
What, drinking or getting the cups?
I've never heard of that. That's the first time I've
And
heard
I went
of
to
that.
like 4 different elementary schools, and it was like
You went to 4 different.
Jesus, what a terrible childhood. Every time you'd make a friend, they would kick him off of they would kick him out of the school, and his parents were like, well, time to go to this other one. Dude never got to have a single friend in his life. Sam Hyde's probably the only guy that's ever talked to him for more than 5 minutes.
yeah, I was all over the place.
That's crazy. Do you ever drink it?
Hell no.
I don't know. Chat's bringing up like questions that are like questions. Bro, I'm so pissed. My capture card is doing the thing where the footage is choppy, low frame rate. Could it be my capture card is overheating? I already lowered my PS5 output. I have no idea, dude. When it comes to like capture cards, yeah, you would have a better chance going to your local pet store, stealing a monkey, handing them the capture card, and saying, "Fix it, bitch." And you would have a better chance in getting me to fix your stuff. I have no idea. I'm like functionally retarded.
But that fluoride thing, man, it's like when you suggest that there might be a problem with fluoridation of water, people are like, oh, here we go again. And next thing you know, the space aliens are going to come down and show you the next dimension.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with all of what I've uncovered about what we eat and drink, the whole fluoride thing doesn't seem like a reach now. Like, after realizing that core power protein shakes have, like, phthalate content that is, like, a small credit card's worth of plastic every year, something like that, it's like...
You're welcome, Mike. I'm a tech genius. I don't know what to tell you. I'm pretty good at the tech stuff. When people ask me about capture cards, I'm just like, have you tried shoving it up your ass yet? Have you tried letting your prostate figure out the problems? I think that's the real answer to every solution.
Yeah,
I still have like 4 remotes shoved up there after I couldn't, my TV said the battery was low, so I just shoved the remote up my ass, and I hoped it would fix itself.
Maybe fluoride isn't good, or maybe fluoride in the water is like, there's something to that. I'm not saying there isn't. I haven't done the research. With the phthalate content I have, but I want to believe it because it's like the same people that I heard about the phthalate stuff from. I then look at their page and I'm like, well, he was right about that. Like, literally, what else is he right about? And it's like people writing about fluoride and stuff like that. Some of it does get kind of wacky though. Some of the conspiracy stuff does get kind of wacky. Like, I did see.
Remember, every time what you need to do every time. This is advice. Chat's talking about like frame rate dropping footage and stuff like that. I know you guys don't care about this, but I'm a tech guy. I'm like a super big tech YouTuber. Here's what you do. Well, you here's what you do. Right, you take that footage, right, and you add a bunch of like retro filters over it to make it look like it's coming off of a CCTV, and you make it feel like it's retro and fucking like analog horror-y, and then you talk real slow, but you talk real slow like you're super intelligent, add in some like big letter words, and then tell everybody they're fucking gay, and then you'll get millions of views.
One guy who's talking about there's 2, like, they call them pills, the pills on stuff. One of them is about sunscreen, and it's like that sunscreen is like giving you skin cancer, and one of them is about like 5G. I don't know about the 5G or the sunscreen, but if you guys want to pill me on that, then feel free.
Yeah, well, does anybody know what's going on with Sunscreen and 5G? Do either of them, the quartering's fucking boring. No. I'm talking about, like, the retrospective channels. I'm talking about the channels that actually do, like, interesting dialogue. Not just read boring fucking gay shit like the quartering. Mr. Big Mac can't fucking talk his way out of a, like, I don't know. He can't talk his way out of a gay bag. Anyways, well, does anybody know what's going on with the 5G thing or sunscreen? Do either of them make your penis bigger? I'm asking for myself because I have a micro penis.
Right? These are like young white men.
Yeah.
My anxiety is so high. I'm doing so bad with my anxiety right now.
I had a blue collar friend of mine tell me yesterday that he's like, my doctor put me on Lexapro. I go, don't do that.
Yep.
Have fun never f***ing your wife again. He's like, it's the opposite. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not talking you out of this. Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, I'm done with the Lexapro thing to watch a grown man believe a doctor. That's like my dad taking Ozempic like a f***ing gay guy. He's like, shut up. I'm glad you lost 50 pounds. I really am. But just know, I'm going to see you shirtless disco dancing like Vito in Sopranos soon. And you're not going to know why you're there when I catch you.
Dude, oh no. I see Casey Tron coughs because there's such a buildup of like THC in her body, and also that's where all of her retarded fucking lame ass points come from, are the back of her throat. Mine's from a copious amount of semen. That's the difference.
When I catch you, you're gonna like come out of the Matrix and you're gonna be like, what are you doing here? And then I'm gonna say,
no, but I'm super glad that Casey Tron's gonna get sued so hard that she's never gonna be able to afford weed again, which makes me happier than anybody else. Could you imagine Casey Tron like sober? Like, nobody's gonna watch her ass. People watch her so they have somebody to smoke with and pretend that America's the worst place on earth. Casey Tron's gonna actually have to pass on the fact that she has to be entertaining. Bros, nobody's gonna watch her channel. She's gonna like die out like fucking dude, I don't know, like BreadTube. Did you know, like, BreadTubers are constantly fucking falling off of the fucking trees. They're going bankrupt. They're giving fucking like fisting homeless dudes' asses under overpasses because BreadTubers can't make money anymore. So I feel like that's gonna be the fate of Casey Tron, giving homeless like hand jobs and shit.
I'm on Ozempic. Like the American medical system, I mean, I feel like it's coming to its like glory right now.
They're one crazy thing that they do is they combo. They'll have you on one medication. They said works great with this one too.
Yeah,
and if they do the double,
that hurts my feelings.
It's like a weight.
I've never fucking watched Casey Tron. I've seen like some clips of her being a fucking retard. I mean, that's funny. It's a thing though. Some of these, like, it is gonna be sad that all these BreadTubers are going the way of the fucking Gato bird. The Gato bird, Dodo bird. My bad, dude. Totally a fucking Freudian slip. Just anyways, yeah, like the thing about like Casey Tron and like all these fucking weird leftists. It sucks that they're all going bankrupt and losing and having to go get real jobs, because like I'm losing people to make fun of. Like, oh dude, what, make fun of Ethan is online, what, his fucking one video a year? Noah Sampson, the dude's so run through, he's like your mom every time she goes to a biker bar. I'm really running out of targets, brother.
A waitress upselling your meal.
Completely.
Yeah, it's like when you're shopping for designer and then you get like a small thing just to indulge, and then they're like, it goes great with this $1,000 t-shirt. You got to complete the look. Yeah, I do think that like with the medical stuff, this is something that I've been very critical about, and because I've been like a part of it, I've been through the ringer. You talk to these psychiatrists.
I've been like through the ringer. I've been through the ringer. I miss when he used to just make videos. Like, okay, so I think this is also good entertainment. I get it. You got to chase your bag. I'd be doing the same thing. I mean, I'm literally fucking watching a reaction on top of a reaction because I think it's fucking hilarious. I was gonna watch the original video, but nah. That's what the normies do. That's what the lame fucking normies do. We're on top of fucking Inception levels, gay shit, right? I only watched her to know about her I only watched her. I've never watched her. I only know about her in Ethan. Oh fuck! I can't even read chat because of the nuke. She knows her because of the nuke. I watched Casey Tron flirt with Destiny back in 2012. Both of them fell apart. Yeah, dude. Destiny's a fucking cringe lord, dude. He's like, welcome. Destiny's house looks like
and
a Chuck Berry's restaurant's bathrooms, dude. Everywhere you look, there's a camera, and he's just waiting to catch a butthole slip.
They're so passé about things that are really inhibiting your life. They're very nonchalant about, you know, discussing things like depression, anxiety, very life-ruining things. They're not the things itself. Like, to them, they're not actually these things.
She was popular back in the early 10s. Now she's, or when she was bimbo maxed. Well, I mean, when you're bimbo maxing, bro, I'd be bimbo maxing, dude. I'm just like, look at my fucking titties. Look at my titties. Don't you want to come on them? Anyways, but now she's pot maxing, and pot maxing is just kind of lame, dude. Nobody, have you ever noticed that the person who's the most stoned in like your group of friends never has anything good to say? They always say like the dumbest shit. You guys will be cracking jokes, and he's just like, yo, what do you think about late stage capitalism? And you just want to like hit them with a semi truck. You want to go get your CDL, run a route for about 10 years so you're actually good at driving a semi truck, and then run their bitch ass over.
That are ruining your life. They're just symptoms, right? They're just symptoms.
It is a Cheeto. It is a Cheeto. He is being. What's with the sweat? Why does he look? Dude's gonna turn into the next Larry King, bro. He looks like a fucking naked mole rat mixed with Larry King.
The same way that being itchy is a symptom. Yeah, oh, hey, you know, are you itchy? That's a symptom of eczema. Oh, okay. Are you depressed? Yeah, it's a symptom of. It's just like, well, it's crazy how sort of these things are very interchangeable, and they're just like these labels that are used to either green light or red light the dosage increase or decrease of some sort of drug. That to me is insane to me, right? My dad has to take Ozempic for diabetes or something, but also if you just want to lose weight, just work out and diet. Yeah, 100%. Don't give it a big pharma unless you need the medication. 1000%. Yeah. And you know, I mean, I could go.
Larry King, let's go, dude. He looks sad, bro. I mean, not that a Cheeto ever looked like he was doing well. He always looked like his head was 8 times too big for his body. I mean, you look at his fucking face, it's just goober gawked on the fact that he's wearing like a gay grandpa sweater, dude.
On the whole ADHD kids rant, where ADHD
dude looks like that old dude who's like sniffing preschoolers. I'm just kidding. I wanted to make an old child sniffing joke, and a Cheeto just happened to be in my crosshairs. I don't think a Cheeto smells children. That he doesn't look like the type of guy.
In my opinion, is like, you're supposed to look at a kid and then be like, oh, that's a kid. He's hyper. His heightened energy.
Wait, now he's talking about looking at kids? Oh, Cheeto, I just backed you up, dog. I said you weren't a kid sniffer. Now you're talking about kids? What the fuck's going on here, my dog?
And his hyperness is just correlated to his youth. It's not something that needs to be diagnosed. You know, not something that needs to be treated. It's not a sickness. You know, it's just a kid being a kid. You know, usually you just bring it
on rhyme mode. What about time mode and lime mode? And fuck, dude, I'm gonna shit my pants. Okay, we're good, dude. We're good. It was just indigestion.
A kid's at Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid, not a fucking psychiatrist, where a kid can be a fucking patient. It's not what it's supposed to be. I thought that was wild, but yeah.
24 ounce.
Goes really good with punching road cones. Yeah. This goes really good with screaming stained lyrics into your elbow while laying down on the ground. You're gonna love it by sweating underneath a pile of hoodies. Using a box of beer as a pillow.
According to their FDA notice letter, Christian Hansen inserts genes from a cow and camel into a genetically modified black mold called A. Niger. The
no! No.
Laying down on the ground. You're gonna love it by sweating underneath a pile of hoodies.
Cow and camel into a genetically modified black mold called A. Niger. The insert.
Dude, I'm not even gonna explain why that's funny. You guys can figure that shit out.
Starts the production of chymosin in the A. Niger microbes, which are then fermented and purified. Since the genetically modified microbes are removed from the final product, the rennet is not considered a GMO product itself. Just like Pfizer, Christian Hansen received generally recognized as safe status to start selling their FPC rennet. From what I can find, they are the main producer of FPC rennet, which as a whole is used to make around 90% of American cheese. Their Chimax rennet contains 0.5...
Dude, the jokes you can be made here, brother, are not a lot on YouTube, so I just gotta be safe. I gotta be safe and just listen to him talk about GMOs and shit.
to 1% sodium benzoate as a preservative and also caramel color.
That's great.
I like the name.
Is cheese just cancer now?
It's nice. I just packed a cheese sandwich today. What the?
Does it Tillamook?
It was Havarti, cold, just on bread.
Was it Tillamook's famous Havarti?
It's sad. You get poisoned.
Bros camping on that joke. Was it Tillamook? Oh, Tillamook.
No matter where you go.
Dude, yeah, the foot on the table is killing you as a Korean. Getting sidetracked. Bro, I got you, dude. I got you. Let's just, fucking, dude, I saved you. You can have my forehead. Just, you can look at my giant fucking face and small-ass hands, dude. I have hands that are the perfect size for fisting, and that's all they're good for. They're not good at, like, doing hand stuff other than just shoving right up holes. Anyways, poor guy. I'm sorry about the foot fucking stressing you out as being Korean.
It's good for you.
What are we going to name this rennet?
It was great for you.
Oh, yeah, what are we going to name?
It's great for you. Chymosin.
Chymosin.
No,
yeah, dude. I mean, the more you look into it, the more that you realize that most of what you eat, unfortunately, unless you're growing it or shopping really great.
Dude, Chad Scott, I love the country, Nigeria. Hey, Nigeria.
Like fresh produce, there's gonna be some catch, which I think is just so it sucks. It sucks. Like all the healthy stuff is just healthy through marketing. It's not really like the ingredients are much different. I mean, if you're eating at the bottom of the barrel, you know, McDonald's. Okay, you're at McDonald's, but
yeah, this is definitely chaos. I plan on this being I'm sick. I'm like super sick. I'm like covered in feces, rolling in your mom's bed while she's just slapping herself dirty to watching me do it. While I'm just getting covered in extra sauces. That's the type of sick I feel like right now. And so that I knew from the get-go, right out of the gate, when I kicked this door down to do a police raid, I knew that this was gonna be chaos, and I'm completely fine with it. I got them comedic juices flowing, bro.
You know, a lot of this stuff, you really think that you're eating something healthy or whatever, but it's just not. It's not, and it sucks. You know, look up the enriched flour stuff. Like enriched flour is just when they spray the wheats with folic acid. Like they just spray the fucking wheat. It's like, why?
Chymosin.
Like they don't do that in other parts of the world. They do that here.
Niger?
A Niger. What? You heard me.
Yeah. There's the joke. Finally, these fucking goonbags, these comedians, finally hit the joke that was right on the head, dude. This is like seeing a penis and not sucking it.
Yeah, that's what I want to name it. It's my project.
Found a place.
My project. I want to name it. he's like funny. I don't know. I found it.
If everyone worked like I do in a hospital, there'd be nobody in there because everyone would be like cured.
You could be dying, they'll send you home, tell you you're all good.
They'll end it with this. If it gets worse, just come back.
Oh, really? Come back?
Because it's a lot of fun going to the ER.
Oh, come back?
At 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
No, just come back.
They do say that. Why the fuck do they say that? He's really just saying everything that I feel like people have experienced just out loud. But if it gets worse, make sure to come back and revisit us and we can take a look at it again. But you just had a chance to take a look at it now. I don't understand.
Because I don't have a job, and my wife doesn't have a job.
What are you supposed to do? Do morphine before you go?
Everything seems good right now, but it's because...
dude, a cold, put him on a morphine drip. You got some, like anal leakage? Morphine drip. Oh, dude, yeah, you've coughed out a lung? Well, we better put you on that Lexapro, and then morphine drip. We got to drip some morphine right into your eyeballs. We got to be like that drug from fucking Looper. It's going to be real wild. Every time you have, like, your eye itches, you go to the hospital, they just squirt morphine in your eye.
Because they gave a steroid.
They're lying to you.
They juiced him up. What's normal life? Going to the ER 3 times a week?
Yeah. No, it's normal life. Building a cross, making a crucifix,
and then dragging the damn thing across town.
Yeah.
You couldn't even go.
No. It's building a crucifix and hunting vampires under the underbelly of humanity. Every day you go to sleep in your sweet, sweet bed. Every single person around you thinks that they are safe, but in reality, there is a underground coup of vampires slowly really pulling the strings of all of the economy, and these blood-sucking vampires want to show up, and then like they don't even give good head. Could you imagine? They suck all the time and they don't even give good head. What the fuck? You call yourself a king of sucking and you can't even suck a dick or a clit good? How can you call? Anyways, when these vampires, you gotta like saddle up like Blade, get on your motorcycle, get your Trans Am, and then just like go absolutely buck wild taking out vampires. You know they're a vampire because they have like the long teeth. They look like they're slightly homosexual goth people. And I'm just kidding. Don't go actually go hunt vampires. I don't think they're real. I'm pretty positive they're not a real thing.
Go to a pediatrician. They send him to. They call the ambulance.
Yeah, you put someone on a
medication. In a lot of cases, just only the inevitable. You have to actually change your lifestyle and mental outlook to see the real change. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is that you can't medicate your way out of a bad lifestyle. Like that's just a fact. People will get on fucking medication before they'll decide to stop going to bed at 3 a.m., door dashing every meal, not going outside, not going to the gym, not talking to people, consuming.
They decide they need to stop their cannibalism. They're like, fine, I guess I'll get on Lexapro or something.
Porn, consuming bad content online. What do you think happens when you mix all those ingredients? You get a shit stew. It's terrible. You can describe the consequences of those things as a combination of like, oh, these things are bad and now I am upset, I'm depressed, and then that depression can be your key to getting drugs from a pharmacist. If your actual goal is not to just get the drugs, but is to improve your life, then just improve your life. It's really simple. Whole lot of black pill vibes. I mean, I'm just telling you that a lot of people would...
Dude, he is coming in with like the black pill vibes, like really harsh right away. Dude's definitely showing up and just being like big sad all the time. I don't know. I miss the fun of Cheetah, brother. This like he's been getting way too philosophical on the beat, and he looks too much like a gay Larry Elder. And I love a Cheeto. Let's be honest, dude. I really do like a Cheeto. I just feel like he's getting a little too philosophical with this one lately. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base. I miss like some of the offbeat Cheeto jokes. I need some more.
Rather, because this medication stuff is so normalized. I think
it's a girl wrote Frankenstein. So somebody in chat brings up some interesting points. Two things. They said, "Why are you watching him?" Because I love a Cheeto. I've been a Cheeto fan for a very long time. I know that he can be like low key funny when he wants to be. He's just taking this one a little serious, and I can't take it serious once I see Sam Hyde in the thumbnail. I just know that I want to make jokes. I think the author of Dracula was in a contest with a guy who wrote about Frankenstein to write the scariest character, and that's how they created. That's kind of how it was, yeah. So this is how Dracula and Frankenstein were created. Basically, the guy Bram Stoker, right? I think it was Bram Stoker. Him, and then Mary Shelley. They were Mary Shelley's husband were all at this like fucking building in France or something. They were having like a lot of sex. They were having like an old-timey orgy. Oh, nice. Please put the penis in the croquet hole. Please put it in the croquet hole. And wasn't that quite terrifying? And they were sitting there just post-coitus, dripping in sweat, like heavy breathing. They're like, we're gonna have to meet up next year, but this year's ghost stories kind of sucked. We just kind of went straight to the sucking and fucking instead of telling the ghost stories like we were planning to. So they both write these horror stories, and they became the two of the most prominent horror stories to ever be written.
I think it's gone in the complete opposite direction. Like, I think from one area of time, we had things where, you know, getting on this stuff was kind of ashamed or it was taboo. You're on, wait, what? You have to take medication? Now I literally see, like, these aesthetic glitter videos where girls on TikTok, like, stick on...
I spoke too soon. We're getting into the good Cheeto shit right here. The terminally online fun shit.
Gems to their daily pill case. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and there's just different pills, like 8 a.m. It's just this whole like micro cabinet of pills, and they'll add like glitter and shit to it. And it's like, okay, well now we're on the complete opposite side of it. Where now it's not just not taboo, but it's completely normalized and almost celebrated to get on medication, right? So I think that it's certainly disturbing to see that.
Which sucks. This is honestly like, I'm gonna get real for a second. I feel like anybody who has to take pills doesn't want to have to take the pills. They would rather not take them. Opposed to like, I know there are a lot of people who are like, I gotta take my Ozempic, my Adderall, my Diazepam. I need to take this one. It helps me in my path to be more pansexual. Anyways, they take like 47 pills a day that they don't need. They've never needed to have. And then there's people out there who actually have to take medication, and they would rather throw that fucking pill thing away than ever have to take it again. Otherwise, they would just be in constant pain and miserable. There are people like with actual like immune compromised diseases that have to take shit, and I know for a fact they would rather just be happy not taking them, living a normal life.
Stuff. But at the end of the day, yeah, you really, I think, shouldn't get on medication unless you are in dire need. Like, if you are very depressed due to something where you're living in an area that I feel like most depression can be cured from lifestyle changes, but a lot of it, you know, there are some points where you can't change the circumstance that you're in, maybe due to finances, or there's like, you know, the loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship, whatever. But I feel like they should be so much stingier with how they prescribe this stuff. It's way too willy-nilly.
Fix. I get there, 20 minutes. Steroid, albuterol times 3.
Other side of medication for pseudo-depression is that they give you the sort of dopamine or whatever high, and you don't have and you don't have a need for geeking. Like it's like Zen and smoking. You get nick and you good. Well, another problem is that with these medications, oftentimes you know that it's...
Well, and here's something I'm actually going to add on to this before he ramble jambles a little bit. I want to get my ramble jamble out. What a lot of time happens is they hit you with the dopamine or the serotonin blast off. They hit you, they basically turn your serotonin levels into a fucking machine gun. Get that bitch firing off at 87 blasts per second. And by the time at first it's going to be working great. You're going to be doing awesome. Then you build up a tolerance, and all of a sudden that tolerance, you're not firing off some enough serotonin. So they either up the dosage or switch you to something else that'll fire off the dosage. So you're constantly stuck on this shit instead of just like eventually like figuring out why you're actually depressed and like working on that issue. It just keeps like band-aiding the issue until you fucking build the tolerance and move on.
Fucking with you, or that it's doing something with you, because, you know, people will say that they don't feel any different, which is like another thing. Like what the fuck is the point of taking an antidepressant or whatever if it's not going to do anything? Yet they feel nothing, but they have to taper off of the medication because doing it too quickly and cold turkeying it would cause very bad side effects, like brain zaps. You guys even know what those are? Brain zaps? A very rare condition or side effect when you get off of certain antidepressants, where it literally feels like there's an electric current, a shock, like a taser in your brain every few seconds. So how can it be the case that you feel no different, yet when you get off of it, you feel fucked up? I don't like that.
What they say you can't do at home, you can only do it there.
Yeah.
Give the 3 stacked neb. I'm going to be there for 6 hours because that's how we got to do it. We got to do this.
That's why we fought the Nazis.
6 hours, 4 doctors on a repeat. They come in with a stethoscope. I'm actually really satisfied at his breathing.
Everyone is depressed, alone, and living an unfulfilling life, working 50 hours a week. Of course, everyone needs a happy pill. Yeah,
I'm actually really satisfied. Next person.
I mean, or you could just find something else to eat up your spare time that you're just fucking gooning. Instead of just gooning and being depressed, you could like find something like create busy work. Busy work always helps. when you're stuck just sitting there just being sad all the time and thinking about how you're sad and then not changing anything or doing anything different, of course you're not going to get better.
See, 1 minute later, I'm actually really satisfied with his breathing. Next person, I'm actually really satisfied with his breathing. Next one, I'm really satisfied with the way he sounds right now. We're going to wait an hour. We're going to check him again. Over and over and over and over and over again. And then you can send him home. What happens when the steroid wears off? I'll just come back. That's the ER.
So I have a kidney transplant, so I'm being thrown into a medical mill, which costs a fortune. How do I save or make money while I'm paying those silly Billy doctors?
One of our buddies is waiting on a kidney right now. That stuff really sucks. It's very silly Billy in nature. I mean, go on. There's got to be a support group, like a Reddit support group, and
I hate Sam Hyde because I'm Jewish and he likes to make fun of us. Well, I mean, nobody's safe from comedy. I think you should be able to make fun of everybody all the time, and that's like the best part of comedy is it's not safe.
Just, I think if you're jammed up by some medical thing,
I think that's the problem with modern comedy is it is very safe, and that's even the problem. The problem with like conservative comedy. Like one of my least favorite things in the world is conservative comedy because it's fucking trash, right? Like anything the Daily Wire puts out, I would rather wrap barbed wire around my nutsack than have to tolerate anything that came out of that fucking shit zone app. So like the problem is they try to overcorrect, but they don't really think about how the joke's gonna land or how well that they need to craft it. What they do is they're just like, oh, what can we do to piss the liberals off? Let's just do a bunch of jokes like that. And they're not actually trying to do something because it's funny. They're trying to do something because it'll piss the liberals off and it'll bounce to their agenda, which is the exact same problem I have with left-wing like the weird fucking gooner left-wing safe comedy is because it's just trying to make their base happy. So you have two fucking groups right now. There's real comedies dying in this lane, right? And then you have these other two groups that are like trying to save comedy by being either way too safe and like making sure that they make their political base happy, and then you have this other one that's trying to not be safe and make their base happy, but they're really doing the same thing by not being funny at fuck all ever.
You just got to figure out what the grift is that other people are using to pay for this. Like, can you like get a job at Starbucks and use their health insurance? Like,
Yeah.
what? There's got to be something weird where it's like if you go to Reddit/kidney, there'll be some guy that's like, thank God for the USDA program of this, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like find whatever the other people are doing to steal from the system and just do that and get on food stamps. Whatever sort of disability you can. There's no shame if you're in trouble like that and you don't have a support system and you're not rich. There's no shame in milking the system. Okay, other people do it for far less.
Yeah. That's another thing. You know how many people who are abusing the system and taking money out of it that they are not owed? Meanwhile, there are people who actually need something like this to help them, and they are not doing it. Do it. There's no shame. Why do I kind of look like Mr. Beast right now?
Nope. No. You don't look like Mr. Beast. You look like fucking like shaved mole rat, fucking Larry Elder.
But
don't send super chats.
I killed a joke. I do not care. He looks like a shaved mole rat had sex with a Larry Elder and they popped out a Cheeto.
Yeah, don't sound super. We gotta Chris refund him, or just put it in the puppet fund. He'll like that. Yeah, run an ad too. And also, just don't overwhelm yourself. You got a kidney thing going on. Just get through it. Make it out to the other side, and then start to worry. You can worry about how to get girls.
Body brokering is a really evil type of healthcare fraud used by unethical treatment facilities to take advantage of people struggling with addiction.
That's all you need to know.
And it's also the rehab capital of the country. So people like me go there to try to get sober and get better, and they get caught up in what's called the South Florida Shuffle. There are these kind of recruiters who are looking for people who are struggling and trying to convince them to go to specific detoxes. And these people get $500 to $5,000 per head, and that's literally the language that they use for each person that they get into the detox that they're working with. When I was down there, I went to detox probably 15 or 20.
There's this episode of Family Guy. It's a great way to start a sentence. Where the evil Lois father, I don't forget, it was something Peter Schmidt. He finds the cure to cancer and
Peter Schmidt. It's Peter Schmidt.
Doesn't put it out there because it's more financially beneficial to treat people forever than to actually cure them. I feel like
body brokering is like a thing around the U.S. It's been a thing for a long time.
Kind of live in that already, right? Where people are sort of just through the medical rigmarole, where they're just changing medications perma and doing things to always be like, you know, medically optimizing their circumstance and shit. And I don't know, it just feels weird. Feels odd.
Times with the guy that I was using with, and most of the detoxes didn't actually take his insurance, but they'd be like, oh, no problem, he can piggyback off yours, which I later found out is completely illegal. So they were charging my insurance for all of his services too. Not to mention, no legitimate detox or treatment facility will even...
Here we go. We got body brokering right here. Let's go to here. Let's see if this article says anything. It doesn't say where. I was looking at what states have it illegal. Let's pull this up, dude. Let's pull this up and let's do a little bit of research, dude. The fucking ass and titty joke guy is, what the fuck are you? What you need to know about body brokering? don't know why this is making me laugh. What you need to know about body brokering. Body brokering is a technique used by unethical treatment centers. It's illegal in many states and is intended only to line the pockets of a select few, not to heal or do most good as possible. Insurance claims for treatment at addiction treatment centers can reach tens of thousands of dollars, which can catch the attention of unscrupulous middlemen looking to make a quick buck. Oh, dude, who are the body brokers? It is illegal in California, but still happens. I mean, that's the problem with body brokering is most places that have it illegal still they still do it, dude. They still do it. It's one of those things that it's one of those scary things that happens in a lot of the medical industry where they're like, oh no, we don't do this, but these other guys do this, and then you go to a clinic down the street and they just still fucking do it.
Take a couple or people who are using together.
She's actually kind of cute.
It's her childhood.
But the reality of rehab, I remember saying it was fake when I was out in LA. I remember this kid went to rehab that we were friends with, and I was like, "Where is it?" And he told me like where it was and like what he was doing. And I'm like, that just sounds like a fucking scam. Fraud, waste, and abuse. I sat next to that lady on that plane that was telling me about like female gynecology appointments in New York City, and she was finding all these like Persian doctors that were just like writing up like exams for men, and it was like a really easy one to catch right off the rip.
I went to a place that got homeless people to enter the rehab just so Medicaid would pay out. I'm all for Medicaid, but the scammers need to get caught. Absolutely, this is my problem with a lot of the people that scam Medicaid, and a lot of this Medicaid scam happens from these big companies. Like, yeah, of course there's people who abuse it, but like people who are like stealing social security numbers and stuff to set up Medicaid, and they're like probably like some of them aren't even from the U.S. They're just like fucking breaking into the ecosystem and then filling out this bullshit, having it transferred to fucking like Walmart gift cards and sent to them. I don't know if that's true. I'm just making that shit up on the fly. But yeah, there is a lot of Medicaid scam, and I think a lot of it comes from the hospitals end in a certain point. And I also think it's funny how these hospitals like will fight and like tooth and nail like fuck with these insurance companies and Medicaid to the point that there's people who have talked about is not having insurance and going into the hospital and it being a cheaper cash premium for them, a much cheaper cash premium than what it costs their insurance, just because the hospital's trying to get the insurance company, the hospital's also trying to get the Medicaid, and Medicaid's trying to get the hospital, insurance is trying to get the hospital. These fuckers are like arguing about how much it's like going to a car dealership and trying to get the best deal on a Toyota Corolla, and you're just over here fucking bleeding out of your asshole, and they don't care because they're trying to figure out who's going to give them the money at the best rate for them to flip a profit.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
the exams for men.
Yeah. Ahmed, your pussy is so pink. Money is cool. Oh, Ahmed, your pussy stinks, bro. Just kidding, bro. It smells like balls. You like Lamborghini? Rehab is a fucking scam. And like coked out NHL players and NBA players and NFL players that like do too much coke, they make it like automatic. Like you have to go. Like if it'd be like if one of the guys was like doing coke and you're like, bro, can't come back to work until you do a rehab. Let's put it this way: quitting drugs through a treatment facility is for f***ing rehab.
Well, I mean, here's the thing too. You hear from most people who are on drugs, like most people will tell you that it was them wanting to get clean that made the effort to do it. It wasn't somebody else telling them to get clean. Everyone I've ever known that was like doing drugs or like went to jail for drugs or whatever, when they got out, if they weren't ready to have that mindset that they wanted to make an absolute massive change in their life, they went right back to like dealing and sucking on the corner.
I don't give a fuck about its success rate. It's holistic bullshit. It's a zero accountability thing.
Some medication that's
I mean, I feel like there are certain drugs that are so addictive that you kind of have to be put in a bit.
There's opioids. Opioids are the only ones where you need to be like, well, opioids and alcohol. Opioids and alcohol are the only ones where you have to be like weaned off of them. The others you can quit.
And there are some addicts where if you don't put them like in the bin, they're just gonna get more heroin. And the idea is that you will not be able to get heroin, right?
Women, It was thalidomide.
But I still think my point stands that even those people, when they want to get clean, they have to put in the work and the effort and want to make that change. Other than them just like, well, I'll go to rehab and they'll make everything better for me, so my family will talk to me again and my job will rehire me. And it's like, dude, quit being a little fucking pussy ass bitch and just get your life together, right? Just get your shit together, stop being a fucking gooner, and just make the change. You have to want it. You're not doing it for the fucking so your auntie will want to like slap you on the ass again. No, you got to do it because you want to like stop living in a cardboard box.
Have you ever heard of thalidomide?
No.
It was like some of the like doctors were like, you're pregnant. You definitely need 5 doses of thalidomide a day. It's what a
more
I
medical.
don't know much about benzos. I see somebody in chat that's saying something about benzos. I thought they had opioids in them, but I know so little about the shit on terms of like what drugs have what in them. It's like you take one drug and all of a sudden you grow a tail that fucks you in your own ass. But yeah, this is really interesting. I didn't know anything about this when I clicked on it. I thought it was gonna be more humor and stuff injected, but we actually had some really serious topics. I made a lot of great jokes, which I think made this a much better, more palatable experience. Sick Jeffrey makes all the best jokes. Anyways, guys, that's all I got on that one. Make sure to like and subscribe.